Hi there, and welcome to this LDC CoreTools screencast. In this screencast, I'll demonstrate how a user can submit modules to colleagues for formative review and how a user accesses the results of a completed review. But first, some context. A formative review is when a colleague checks your module for alignment to the LDC jurying rubric and provides feedback for revision. You may want to use the formative review feature when you want feedback from a colleague during the module design process to ensure that you're on the right track. After you've designed your module, but before teaching, after teaching your module, before revising it, before submitting your module for national jurying, or any other time you want your colleagues to use a structured mechanism and common language for providing feedback on your LDC work. If I'm submitting a module for formative review, it means I'm explicitly requesting that a colleague review, rate, and provide feedback on my module using the LDC jurying rubric. Submitting for formative review grants my colleague special access to my module that enables her to perform such a review. A few notes. Users cannot initiate a review of a module unless the module's author or editor has explicitly submitted a request to them, even if they have view or comment access to the module. All of a module's authors and editors can view any completed reviews for their module, and nobody else can. You can submit a module in progress for formative review. In other words, the module does not need to be complete to be submitted for formative review. When a colleague formatively reviews your module, they review your live work. Any changes you may make to the module before or during your colleague's review will be updated and accessible to the reviewer in real time. So if you want your colleague to review a static version of your module, create a copy of your module and submit that for review. Submitting a module for formative review is easy. If I have a module that I'm ready to have my colleague review, I simply open that module in my library. And then under the More Options menu, I select Submit for Review. The system prompts me to identify which type of review I want to request, and I select Formative Review. Next, I specify which user or users I want to review my module. I can type in multiple usernames if I wish, and if I do, each of them will be able to leave their own individual review. In this example, I'll just request one user to review my module. My colleague will now be notified that she can begin a review for my module, and I can monitor the status of my review submissions in two different ways. First, I can scroll to the bottom of my module and see the review table containing information about my review submission. Secondly, I can visit the LDC CoreTools Jury tab and go to Submitted by Me and see the same information with the same options. In both places, I can cancel the review request if I wish. If the review is awaiting review, pending, or in progress, I cannot yet access the review that my colleague is creating. However, if I open my module at any time after I've submitted it to my colleague for a review, I may notice that my colleague is viewing my module, and I may see her using the inline commenting function to leave comments on my module. Once my colleague finalizes and submits her review of my module, I receive an email notifying me that my review is ready. I can open the review by clicking on the link in the email. But I can also access the review at any time by going to the review table at the bottom of my module and opening it from there. And lastly, I can always access any review for my module by going to the Jury tab, going to Submitted by Me, finding the module that I submitted, and clicking View. Once again, I'll see my module, and I'll see the review that was left for my module. Note that the review is now locked and is read-only. My colleague can no longer edit or revise her review. I can toggle through the rubric and see the ratings and comments she has left me on the rubric, as well as which indicators she's marked throughout the rubric. I can also see any inline comments she has left throughout my module. Viewing my module with the completed rubric at the bottom helps me understand the ratings and feedback in context. I can close the review and access it again at any time I wish using the methods we just went over. I can also access a summary of the review my colleague left me. which just includes the ratings and the comments on the rubric. It does not include the indicators or the inline comments. This should be enough information to help you understand how to submit your modules for formative review and how to access the results once your colleague has completed the review. Please check out other screencasts on other topics or contact us if you have additional questions. And thanks for watching.